before the United match, we talked about offense, and you said not worried about it. It's going to come around. Is that what you meant in the South Georgia game?
Well, I would say that if I said that before South Georgia, it would be better. We said it before DC, and Emmy had a sitter in the 6th and then missed a penalty, right? And we created more chances than they did. So we know we're getting there. I mean, we're going. There's phases of the season, and we've entered a phase where we're starting to get more complete.
What are you seeing day to day that gives you more confidence in that?
More of the same. I mean, we're just getting better in our rhythm. The new guys are getting more integrated. They're starting to get to know each other better. And it's just, that's the way it goes. Usually when you build teams, the last thing to come is scoring goals. So last year was a little bit different, but we'd had a longer run in for a couple of years. So, the new guys, Belmore's figuring it out. Bentley's getting a little bit more in rhythm, and we're more dangerous.
Is it hard for you as a coach to have patience in yourself when you realize that you have a roster, but you need to make a team, and it doesn't happen overnight?
I think have patience, period. You could have stopped right there. I struggle with patience to begin with, but it's a process. We want to be the best version of ourselves after 32 games, not right now. So as long as we keep progressing, we're happy.
Can you give us a scout on Omaha tomorrow?
Yeah, very good. Spent a lot of money. There's a lot of guys from the USL Championship that have come down. There's a couple guys from MLS that have come down. They hired their coach late, but he had a good connection in the championship. So they're a good, talented team, and they play a different type of formations. So should be a good one.
How good was Emmy's curler? Is that one of the best ones you've seen him score?
No, not at all. Appreciate the sentiment, but he banged it, and it actually went off of Mateus Cassini's arm. But it's, it went in, and anytime it goes in, I'm happy.
The cohesion of the back line, what's the communication like among that group right now? You guys have been solid at the back to start the year.
Yeah, I know it starts. Kira and Will have both been excellent in goal, and their communication's been great. Dakota's being exactly who he is, and Nathan Ani's growing into the man that he is. Like those two guys as center backs, that's as good a pairing as we've had, and the young guns on the flanks have just been really good for us.
You guys have had some bad luck with weather here earlier in the year, but it seems like the crowds have been awesome. What's the support been like early in the year, and hoping to get some nice weather tomorrow with another good crowd?
Yeah, you're all done. Camp talked to the weather gods, and they told them that we had to eat a couple of games, so we did the early ones. So now he's selling tickets in the sunshine for us. It'll be great.
South Georgia game, we saw Belmore and Hornsby leak up. They looked to be getting on the same page a lot. Can you just tell us why that relationship is so important on that side of the field?
It's, we have a game model that we play. It's taken a little bit of time for the newer guys to really get succinct in it. Carlton's growing there. Carlton's used to being more of an individual, and in order for Richmond to be successful, he's got to be part of a group. He's got a great relationship with Nil. He's got a great relationship with Hornsby. If he continues to do that, he's going to put more numbers up.
And Justin Sukow, he had an outstanding game against Tormenta. Can you just talk about personally how you have worked with him to get him to this version of himself?
Yeah, Justin Sukow is he's a player who's a very good player, but he needed to be told that he's a good player. I don't think people have treated him that well the last couple of years. So he needed somebody that believed in him, and I think he understands that now and he trusts us. I think you're just starting to see what he's going to become. I think he's going to be a bigger player than he is now.
And Akira came back in goal the last 2 games. We know the trust that you have in Willie Palms, but how good does it feel to have Akira back in goal?
I'll start with Akira doing an incredible job with Will Palmquist over the last year. We're 100% confident in both of them being starters, which is a situation we haven't been in here. I can also say that Akira is such a good coach. He's got another starting goalkeeper in the league in Lexington. He did such a good job with Austin, and Austin's doing great. So he's done a really good job. The communication that comes out of Akira as a veteran is as good as any goalkeeper, MLS, EPL. I mean, he is that high level of a communicator, and that's a huge, huge piece for us.